My name is Christer Gunnarsson, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you a simple practical example on how you can build your own open education resource. The key word here being mashup, because we're not going to write that much of our own. We're going to reuse already existing resources out there. It is really the most efficient way to do it. In addition to that, you can build your own work on top of pretty awesome projects. What you would need up front is really your own blog or website. If you don't already have one, you can, for instance, check out WordPress.com, where you can do it for free, or any other platform out there. You would, of course, have benefit if you just plan your project a bit. Just what kind of resources are you looking for, what kind of topic, and so forth. When you've done that, just start building. So many of us visit these sites every day. So there's your edX, there is your Khan Academy, MIT OpenCourseWare, and of course YouTube, represented with Big Think just in the back. In front here you have a project that is not that famous called TESA. It focuses on African languages. These resources are really you can just start using them. And some of them have a Creative Commons license. So for instance, MIT OpenCourseWare and CK12 and Khan Academy, those are projects that have a Creative Commons license. What that in general means is that the author have given you permission up front to use their work. Just follow the link to creativecommons.org if you want to learn more about Creative Commons. But these are really the resources that we are going to look for now. When you look on the number of those type of resources, it has grown immensely over the last decade or so. We're closing up on 900 million all over the world. So I just mentioned a couple of projects, but you should know also that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation just announced last year that they are going to have Creative Commons as sort of the core license for their sponsored projects. The idea here in this tutorial is just taking something, if you see on the left side, taking something that has been created, translate it, recontextualize it, and make it useful for someone else, based on the same resource, but just in another context, be language or otherwise. And we're just going to dive into the actual example here, being, in this case, something we started in Uganda, a pilot where we just sat down and said, what kind of resources do we need right now? And in this case, it was resources on the metric system. We're aiming to teach the students to be able to describe it as a competence level. And when it comes to skills, we want them to be able to convert between the metric units. And here we wanted something solid, describing what it was, exemplifying in detail the units, and maybe in a practical application of sorts with a sort of a run-through of an example. And at the end, we wanted our students to be able to use interactive content to get a feedback on their skills. So what did we do? Well, we started Googling. That's it. And we had the Creative Commons bit with us, and we searched, and we have some sort of we had some idea on where to look, of course. But when we searched the metric system, we found CK12. They had a comprehensive stack of resources on this topic. This is an American project, and we found this, amongst other things, describing the metric system and all the units with, as you can see, millimeters as a starting point. What is important to understand here, that the context of the metric system here was seen from an American point of view. As the metric system is used outside of the United States, we wanted to change that intro only, because all the other stuff was good enough for us. We Googled it again, and lo and behold, we found something on Wikipedia that was stone cold correct description of the metric system. So of course we used that, and we mashed that up with the CK12, and had, we were halfway to the goal. We had something describing it in general, and we had the specific on the units. But again, we didn't have the practical application of it, and we searched, of course, again for that, and we ended up on Khan Academy. They had several units, or several videos on this topic, where Sal Khan, as he always does, goes into the practical issues of it, how to use it, and so forth. Really brilliant way to just exemplify the use of it. So we found the resource that suited us the most, and we took that into our project. As we were now, we had CK12, Wikipedia, and Khan, all resources with a free license. Wikipedia with a slightly different angle to the licensing bit. We didn't have feedback to the students, so tests and interactive content. So what we did, we went to NDLA, which is the project that I work in. We found some Norwegian text really that had done exactly this, made some interactive quizzes on the metric system. We converted them into English, or translated them, and we used a tool called H5P to make some simple but interactive tasks. Just fill in the blanks on the metric system. If you want to check out this in practice, it's really quick to make your own quizzes on h5p.org, and they have loads of other stuff that you can make, interactive videos and so forth. We made these two, as you can see, with the conversion between centimeters and meters, and then again from meters to centimeters. And these students will get immediate feedback on what is right and what is wrong. So, within hours, we had our own open education resource, text, illustrations, video, and interactive stuff based on these four projects. And this is really something that anyone can do. As I said in the beginning, you need a place to sort of host it, to present it. But anyone can really get a blog or a simple web page up and going with no price attached to it at all. And then this text can also be reallocated to used in a mobile application and so forth.